Welcome to the ILRGT test race. I am your sweaty commentator Jack, and I will be here to broadcast this first test race on GT Sport. That is very loud. At the moment we've got a mixed multi-class today, so we're going to have LMP1 and GT3 cars on track from both leagues. It's a great chance to see some of the drivers out there today. It's our first time venturing onto GT Sport this game cycle, first time ever. And we're already seeing some issues with some of the drivers not getting out of the way or not missing them. Luke, a disaster in the GT3 already. Claiming cars are just weaving everywhere, but you know, let's find their way around. And Apex is fuming at Jamie for some reason. But at the moment we have the leaderboard. We have Paga, top 300th ahead of Frisky, Chris Johnson. And then Paga's teammate of Apex Racing is Apex Wideout, it's half second back from that. And Michael Davis and Randoms follow behind. Crumpet, 6 tenths behind that. Not too bad, 7 tenths, about race pace. I'm sure he can look to improve. Full sticks as well, 6 tenths behind, so it's quite close between them, and we can see who can win in the LMP1 class. First for the GT3 runners is Bulletproof and his teammate Moreno. They're 8th and 9th, first and second, and then ZR Mercedes, Luke, Jamie Luke, Lukey Luke, and then I think that's Corey, because the message is in the way, we won't be able to find that out. Frisky's lagging a little bit. First time on this. Display all. Okay. We're on board with Frisky on a final lap at this moment. It's coming to the swimming pool S section of the race course. It's a quick right to left chicane. It's going to clip the curbs quite hard there. Car gets out of the way, takes that curb very quickly as he moves his way to the difficult last corner of this track. GT3 car is in his way. Who is that? That is Jamie. Just about to avoid him. Frisky takes the racing line and he's going to now bomb up towards the stop finish straight. Says it's up for me. He's 3 tenths up. Will he go pole for this lap? No, he's done a best lap though, and he narrows the gap there to 5 thousandths of a second to Paga. So he's getting quicker and quicker with each lap. And I'm just going to tweet this out. I'm half asleep. So that's tweeted, needed. I don't know if the drivers in the party will be speaking. Maybe a few colourful choices of words if the race doesn't go their way. We'll soon find out. Still on board with Frisky. Let's have a look at the timings. Paga is top, Frisky, Michael Davis popped into 3rd, Apex Wideout 4th. Oh, Apex Wideout's just... And there's Frisky, he's gone pole. Half a second quicker than Paga. All in the Audi R18 there, 2016, the latest car on the DLC, or the mini DLC released. Michael Davis 4th, Randoms 5th, Crumpet 6th. I don't know if they'll be setting another lap. He's a good 2 seconds off the pace there. 4 sticks in 7th, Sharat in 8th now. He is the leading GT3 driver. He'll be delighted with that spot. So we have got a good mix of drivers today. We've got 8 GT3 and 7 LMP1s. That's just what I wanted. calls it. I'll pop up to 11th. And I'll try a list there at the bottom. I've forgotten his name. Well done. Little Box is in the chat. He did cross his mind to join the league, but he backed out at the end. I don't know what that was about. Goody 2K is using the setup as important as F1. It helps. It does help, but not as much as F1 though. There's not as much you can change. There's a few tweaks you can make to the ballast, maybe suspension, but nothing too much. It's a case of getting out there and qualifying and setting some quick laps and just getting a feel for the car. Race in 1 minute. So I've just given the last warning to the guys. Let's see if we can get anyone out on track on a hot lap. We're on board with Michael Davis. I wish I didn't say that because he will be listening to me. I think their team name's DK Motorsport, I'm not sure. They've got the lovely Inside Line Racing logo. And there's that, yes, that is Durex, sponsored by Durex's team. The Crumpet and Michael Davis there running the same liveries and teams. And that is Tampax Compact on the rear wing. Very clean, very nationalist look at. Ooh, rear end's there jumping out, but he's 2 steps up in his best time. Very neat and tidy chicane. Love that. Not hanging off a bit. He's 1.2 down, but he is on a quicker lap. This, of course, is a test race, so I wouldn't take this as gospel for the season. But a few cars are coming on the swim. Oh, we'll move on. Random's in the wall there. Mike Davis, safe travels, mate. It's gonna be nice seeing some of these liveries for the first time this season as well. That they will be supporting in the league. We'll be going to the race any second now. I just hope I do not get booted. First time doing this. Let's go. The countdown is on. Live timings. Frisky with pole. And here we go. Time for the race. Inside Line Racing. Dragon Tail Seaside. Calls it at the bat. There's 15 runners. I don't know if someone's just gone AFK. Frisky will be leading them away. Here we go. Roll and start here. Our first race in ILRGT. And away we go. So roll and start at the back. 3, 2, 1. And we'll go. Crumpet's popped into third there. Great. I didn't even notice that in qualifying with the light at the back. He's in an Apex Racing sandwich there. As Pagler's going to look to the inside. Very sexy livery there from Chris Johnson. Apex is going to make a dive on the Crumpet. He gives him the lights. He's not happy about that. It's a long race, 15 laps. I say long, it's more of a sprint. The LMP1 guys race ahead, early doors. Take a look at Bulletproof. Is 7th. As a poor start from, is that Michael Davis there. He's having to overtake the GT3. He's got a bit of a disaster with the back. He's got a lot to do now. I'm sure he can get his head down, put some good laps in. If we want fastest lap, obviously a freeway battle here. There's going to be a lot of battles here through the sector 2 here with some of these cars. It's all about clipping that Apex as J-Luke, ZR Mercedes, and Sharat all go towards the swim pool. Sexy camera angles, love this 4K TV. Moreno has had a disaster. Don't think he's in the race. Safe travels, mate. And as we file through the first lap. Frisky leads, Paga second, Apex third, Random's fourth, Crumpet down to 5th. Do you have any instant there, Crumpet?
Random's trying to move the track.
Safe travels. I wish I've not seen that before, but we have. And so Frisky leads still from lap 1. And the Apex Racing team of Paga and Apex, Whiteout, second and third. Is this going to be the story of the season LMP1 Wednesday league? Both running really nice liveries. Goody2K says that livery is sexy as fuck. Which one, mate? Which one's he talking about? They're all looking good. Random's in a race of his own at 4th. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. 4 sticks in 5th, under a bit of pressure from Crumpet. Scott just designed his livery 2 days. Very similar sort of colours to the Crumpet and Michael Davis. Crumpet is looking quite racy. He's giving him the light. He's not happy. He's being held up here. And Michael Davis will be hunting them down. Another fade. I see her flashing. I see the Crumpet flashing. Four-six and Crumpet then move away. Well, 4-6 flashing his lights. He runs a little bit wide. Crumpet's going to move on the inside of the chicane, and that's already a done deal for the corner. As they're squabbling, Michael Davis and Scott's in the wall. Tape travels, ghosting at the right time. Michael Davis up to 6. And Bulletproof in the Renault was complaining of some understeer in that car during this lobby. But we do have a nice little battle here forming for the top 4 GT3 class. Bulletproof leading for the GT3, Chirac in 9th. Very saucy. He is all over the back room. He's looking very racy in the Porsche 911. Nice livery there. He's in his own team, single man team this season. 3-1-3. As Bullet loses the rear end and he's in the gravel trap. And he's going to be exposed there to J Luke. He's going to have to defend hard. Is he not going to defend it at all? No. That's done. That is signed, sealed, delivered. Corey, a bit off the pace there in the Mercedes car. Lewis Hamilton will not be happy. He's supporting the number 44, but he's not driving like Hamilton. He's driving like Jolene Palmer at the back. Get that number change, son. Or get up the field. And here we got number 95 ZR Rapids. Is that Lightning McQueen? If it was, he said it would be in 12th. ZR Mercedes 13th. Tag here, lovely little smart royal blue sponsor. Kept it quite relatively clean. And then Lukey Luke in the Lamborghini 14th. As Paga sets the fastest lap of the race. As we watch the battle for the lead. Lead of the race, lap 4. Mike Dan, would we need to see a pit stop based on fuel or tyres? That's what I want to see. So there looks like there will be a pit stop. I was testing the wear and the fuel usage, so that's good. We might stick with that for the season. Good to get one pit stop in. So Frisky leads them away, and Paga followed by Apex, and the front 3 romping ahead. And I think probably the next 3 or 4 laps they're going to catch up to the GT3 guys who are just going through the swim pool. So that will be the intriguing part of the race. Will some of the cars dive into the pit stop before that? As Chirac in P8 is in the pits with only 15 litres of fuel. See cars pitting. What was the fuel of the car when you start the race? Thanks for that, Dan. Cars at 9th. As some cars would have pitted. I wish we can see that. We're going to look at the live time and Frisky leading, Paga 2nd. We can't see if cars have pitted. But we can see movements. Comfort upper spot, 4-6 the same. And Bullet moaning that it's not equal. Of course it's not equal. You can't have equalness 2 classes on. I said that. It's just a test race, mate. Jesus. As the front 3 still separated by a second. Paga is all over the back of CJ. And I'll tell you what, this is what we're in store for the season. I'm looking forward to it. Corey's in the pits. Well, he's going to have to pit. He's got 3 litres of fuel left. as the GT3 cars will start to get lapped as they fuel up. So you can see how many laps of fuel they put in. J. Luke and Corey in the pits. Oh, looks like they've filled up all the way. 100 litres, 99. We're good to go. I wish you saw the graphics of the pit stops. That would be nice. Michael Davis is coming in. GT3 car moved out the way for a while. Randoms is in the pits with fuel. The GT3 cars seem to be guzzling it quite a lot. Already in lap 4-5. But of course they will not need to complete 15 laps because these LMP1 cars have lapped them now. So Four Sticks makes a stop. First the LMP1 runners. Randoms overtakes him. That's Frisky. As a bit of a collision with ZR Mercedes, Tiger there, ramming the back room as Apex Y out. Tries to make a move in the GT3 car. He doesn't have to get out of the way, remember, the LMP1 cars have to make their own way around. They're not obliged to do it. As ZR Mercedes pits as Paga and Apex go side by side into turn 1 and then turn 2. Will we see team orders here? Will they be racing? I'm sure it's a test race. They won't mind as they both break late. Paga's on the inside line, but it will switch back to Apex Y on the left hand side, and looks like he's made the move count, and he really has. Great move there. Moves up to a net P2, and Paga drops down to third, but he doesn't fight it too much. He doesn't cut across him. Not picking about. Lucy will go to start there. Watch out for overtaking. Why am I not surprised? As Crumpet is in the pits. We'll have enough fuel to see you to the end, Crumpet. Michael Davis exits the pits. The teammates quite a bit down on the front three, but we know it's a test race. They had a few incidents early doors which set them back. As they spawn a very BMP livery. As I see Crumpet, yellow flags in sector 1, clip the barriers. As Lukey Luke goes through him. Do you just try and take the corner too hard, Dan?
Yeah.
Safe travels. Sharat in 8th, leading the GT3 class. ZR Rapids in 9th. 4.5 seconds behind him. And Zach J. Luke and Causa. Looks like the battle on the track at the moment. I think both these cars to pit. Causa's looking very racy. Will be looking to make a loose Hat 1S move as J. Luke and Causa crash in the swimming pool section. And Michael Davis says thank you and good night and goes in between them. And ZR Mercedes has took the spots on them, and Randoms as well. It's going to be all over the back of ZR Mercedes. Hopefully makes the moves very, nicely. Thank you and good night. 4 Sticks through the swimming pool and Luke. Luke's know when to pick his battles. He needs to learn. Multi-class racing is difficult, especially in the LMP1 cars. You're going that quick and these cars are quite slow compared to them. So at the moment, ZR Mercedes in 9th, J. Luke in 10th, Causa 11th. After that somewhat little tap or collision in the swimming pool. Don't really know what happened. I think they just maybe put off each other. And ZR Rapids not far behind. It's getting a bit messy now, and Luke is way behind, and Bullet and Marino both out. So yeah, they have the 1 lap pace, but do they have the race consistency? Obviously it's a test race, but early inclinations say no, but we'll wait and see. As the 2 front drivers, Apex Racing, dueling again, as Frisky is in the pits. So I don't know if these 2 need to pit again. I imagine they do, as Frisky is going to fill this bad boy up. Paga has retaken the lead, and Frisky is picking he's only filled up 57 litres, so he knows he doesn't need a full tank to take him to the end, and that will help him in a slick black livery there. I think it's a VRT race, and apologies if I got that wrong. VRT racing, that's correct. First out in the LMP1 Audi 2016. And randoms. He's up to 4th. I don't know if he's pitted. And Mike Davis will be hunting him down. Is Mike closing in? 3.9 behind. Are you closing in on him, Mike? Thanks for that, Mike. Yeah. And we have Crumpet down to 6th. 10 seconds off the pace, but a solid 6th that is. Okay, thanks, Mike. And then 4-6 down to 7th. His first out in his car, only out the factory today. And he says he definitely needs to get a few more test laps under his belt. Maybe this race was a little bit rushed for him. Did come a little bit soon. As Chirac
started the back because I went to the pits qualifying to jump.
Yeah, once you in qualifying, basically, once you leave the pits, you have to stay out. If you go exit back into the menu, you reset. Is basically it. You have to stay out the whole time. And I think Chirac has the GT3 class locked up, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm sure he's got a bit of BOP on it. As ZR Mercedes and J. Luke, 2 seconds between them. This will be a battle next season in January. LMP1 is starting the 31st of Jan. First of an 8-race calendar. I think the first race is at Dragon's Tail as well. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then a few days later on the Friday night, we have the GT3 class. Commentary from Soup Cooler. I might be doing the LMP1s on Wednesday. We'll see if I can be asked. As Paga leads them away. So obviously team orders are saying Apex Wipeout will take the pit stop unless he's made an error. He's only 6.6 seconds behind. So I'd imagine, I'm going to guess Apex has made an error there somewhere, which I've missed. Again, I have no idea who's pitted or not. I don't know if there's a way of seeing this. Causa left the room. Well then. It looks like a race to the end. I don't know what the guys are doing Apex Racing. I think they might have pitted. I don't know if CJ's made an error along the way. But with 4 laps left, Paga seems to have a commanding lead. 8 seconds over CJ, 4 seconds over his teammate. He's kept his head down, hasn't he? Random's in 4th, Delight first time out. As Everton are winning 1-0. Wayne Rooney. Anyway, Mike Davis in 5th. And Random's pull ahead. Crumpet's catching. Could we see a little cheeky battle between the I don't know what the team name is, DK or Durex Racing, I'm not even sure because of the endurance. But I hope maybe Mike Davis might be dropping off just so they can have a battle, just so they can get a bit of racing laps under the belt. See what these cars are like, handling side by side. It's 4-6 in 7th. Very similar livery, very nice though, very simple. Sport number 13. 2 sponsors on there, Nissan as well. On the Audi. When you think of it. As Chirac cruising to his first win as he's taking the racing line 4-6. Needs to pick his moment here when to get past the GT3 car. Of course, they're not obliged to get out of the way. The LMP1s have to pick their moments, which Luke doesn't seem to see. As we have the battle here for 9th. Yes, we have a battle. J. Luke and ZR Mercedes. We're just into sector 1. Going into sector 2, we're going to go twisty left to right, quite fast corners. You have to clip the apex, brake early, take a corner fast, swoop in S section, left to right as they take it through the Mercedes there, GT3. Supporting the same cars, different liveries, blue and red, GoPro there, bridge down the back of that one, lovely. As we go down out to the seaside to build sounds of castles. Causes left the room, ZR Mercedes holding off J. Luke here. And it's Paga the leader, will be caught up on this because these two will be racing. And of course, like I just said a moment ago, they do not have to move. Paga, do not wait, mate. Will he make a move? Oh, he could get collected. J. Luke's been cut off by him, and Paga's lost a ton of time there. ZR Mercedes could get gobbled up, and Apex Whiteout is right behind Paga. Paga's lost a lot of time. And ZR Mercedes does the right thing, takes the wide line for the 2 leaders. And now we can have a battle for the actual lead of the race with 4 laps left, 5 laps left. Apex Whiteout all over the back of Paga. Paga held up in the swimming pool section, we'll call it, with the 2 guys battling GT3. Nothing wrong with that though, it's just poor timing for him. Very unfortunate. As you see the 2 guys racing away again, separated by 3 temps. Can Apex finally get his chance and get the lead and keep it this time? 1 lap 13 of 15. The GT3 class on at lap 10, so they are a few laps down already. Just shows you the sheer speed of these cars. The GT3 is going to be doing around 136 as Apex Whiteout's going to look to the inside. He's too honest with his life, but Paga's run wide and Apex has got it. And I accidentally went off the 2 drivers there, but Apex Whiteout has the lead from Paga, and Paga has only 2 laps to rectify this. He'll be delighted with that. He was 4 seconds off. Frisky, he's only 4 seconds off these 2 as well. And I can't, to be honest, I can't see much more traffic. And no way. There's a GT3 car coming around to the first corner. Michael Davis in his own race with 4th. Crumpet in the barriers, flashing his lights again. He's having a disaster. As Randoms is all going to be over the back of him. So we could see a battle here as Crumpet jumps on the inside of the inside of the swimming pool to the GT3 car Rapids, and then Randoms on the back of him as well. I don't know what's going on. So now Mike Davis, I kind of want him to back off, so we have an epic 2-lap battle here with Randoms and Crumpet. It could be saucy. We'll wait and see. Go on, Mike, give me something to commentate on. I'm struggling it. Sharat pulled away the GT3. J-Luke is being reeled in once again by ZR Mercedes as J-Luke runs wide into the gravel trap, and that is a full-on disaster class from J-Luke on his debut. He's back on track, but tell you what, ZR Mercedes will have that every day of the week. And yep, Luke's still going in 12th. I think, can we have the battle? Crumpet is in. He's ahead of Mike Davis. Well then, this could be the battle. Crumpet, stop flashing your lights. At least you're not flashing anything else. That's the main thing, as we have Crumpet, Ty Clark and Michael Davis, if that is his real name, in 4th, in 5th. He's flashing away. Big Randoms, Big Liam, sorry, he's in 6th. We've got a 3-way battle here. 1.5 laps left as they go single file down to the seaside by the sea. As Randoms is going to make a dive there. Tell you what, Mike's pushing Crumpet around. I was like, get on him, get a move on. As Mike shoves Randoms to the left-hand side, Crumpet's like, thank you very much and good night. Mike's like, nah, son, get away. Got racing to do here. And I feel like almost Mike is, oh, he's so... He lost the rear end there, but somehow he's kept speed. As Randoms is in 6th, he doesn't even know what to do. He's shit himself in that cockpit. Mike Davis 4th, Crumpet 5th. As J-Luke is pitting. Maybe he's just thinking, I don't want to be involved in this mess. As Mike Davis pulls away. 1 lap to go. Spectacular scenes here in Croatia in this made-up track. I wish it was real. It's a glorious track. As Crumpet is side by side. He's going to make the dive there on Davis. We're still flashing his lights. He's fuming at him there. As Durex Racing, the endurance team, Dan Clark and Mike Davis, battling side by side here. Stop flashing your lights, you gimp. And he's all in the gearbox now. Mike Davis is like, nah mate, I'm on this. I want to be first team driver. You best believe the team owner's on the wall watching this. He's going to be staking a claim for the season. As the EDL team head on down the final time to the swimming pool. They're side by side. Mike Davis goes to the outside lane, does the cutback. It'll be a braking zone catastrophe here, will it? No, clean. The Crumpet is good to go. He's still flashing away, and ZR Mercedes is now in front of them. The swimming pool, Crumpet, he's good. ZR Mercedes pulls out the way, good lad. As Mike Davis is in his gearbox, as we're going around, Mike Davis with the cutback there. Crumpet's hit the barrier, and they're still side by side. How rigged is this? I don't know, but they're touching each other. They're touching each other, and Oh, is it breaking? So now they're going deep. Crumpet is going to hang him out to drive as Mike Davis is going to try the cut back. He's pushing him through the last corner as Mike Davis touches the grass. And I tell you what, Crumpet's been mischievous there. Expletives in the commentary box as Mike Davis's head's gone as Crumpet shunned him out wide. Yes, we watched Four Sticks. That was an epic battle, guys. Cheers for that. Jesus, I lost my train of thought. Four Sticks Scott will take home a quiet 7th spot. As we have Sharat take home the GT3 win. And J Luke in 10th. Great battling with ZR Mercedes, but he did go in the gravel track. ZR Rapids. And as we watch Luke in the gravel, he's been he's been at the beach here, isn't he? In the seaside, in the gravel. Goes off the last corner. And he's going to get to see it. Victory! Apex Racing get the first win in ILR. It was a test race, but it was great to see. And there we have it. That was our first ILRGT race of the year. We'll probably have another one before the season starts. Thanks for tuning in and safe travels.